Number one thing as a financial advisor and coach that we get the biggest results with the fastest. When we're talking about cash flow and budgeting, we're talking about taking the power back. At the end of the day, financial freedom is completely based on you taking the power back from the money, not letting the money have the control over you, so then you can guide it towards the life that you want to live. And that's it in the simplest form. If you don't have control over that, then no matter what you do on the other side, it's never going to be a fully freedom. You're always going to be a slave to that currency. It really comes down to simply knowing your numbers, being conscious about where they go, and then telling your money where to go in a way that allows you to choose the life that you want to live. So we just finished the last session where we talked about prioritization document. We talked about prioritizing our goals. We talked about going from a 30-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 1 to 3 year plan, and then breaking that down into pay cycles. So moving on from that, once we break it down into pay cycles, we then want to have an account structure set up that's reflective of the budget that then tells our money where to go each pay cycle. So if we earn this much, we spend less than this, and we put this much towards our future, that allows us to be on track every 6 months towards our financial goals, our lifestyle goals. Then if we do that every 6 months and we adjust it accordingly, then every 1 to 3 years we should be on track. And then if we do that every 1 to 3 years, we should be on track every 5 to 10. If we do that every 5 to 10, we should be on track every 20 to 30, right? So that's just the compounding approach to how we do this prioritization flowing into the cash flow and account structures. To start off, it's really important to understand that a budget just tells you where your money's gone, but an account structure tells your money where to go. And if you think about that, so many people always say, I don't know where our money goes. That is the key indicator that your money has power over you, because you're just making do with whatever's left, rather than having a structured plan that says, here are my goals, here's where I'm sending my money, and then living your life according to that. And that's the big difference. The first thing to do is a budget. And I know it's painful, I know you hate it, but it's the first starting point, right? And you should hate it. You get your structure sorted so you never have to do it again. When we then set up our account structure, which then should accurately tell our money where to go, there's no real need to ever do a budget again unless things change or you're starting to miss and you need to dive back in. Once you do the budget, you set up your account structure, then you should be able to set up something like Cashflow app along the lines of Moolah is our favorite. And you use that Moolah app that then becomes your tracking and your budget expenditure. I don't understand when people run a budget and they sit there and they tick and flick, highlight things and look at receipts every week. That is not financial freedom. Your system should be primarily automated. We just use a bastardized version of the Money Smart budget. Money Smart is a great budget with categories on there, but we have taken that and created our own template. And our own template all it does differently is breaks things down to necessities, luxuries, and then a summarized page.